Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I've got game number 2 of a best of 3 coming up. It's a ZvZ going down on HyuN ZvZ, spawning down in the bottom left hand position as the red Zerg player. He represents Team Liquid, it's TLO. And his opponent up in the top right, the blue Zerg from Quantic, it's HyuN. So cool times, HyuN won game number 1. Both players went for a pretty similar mid-game strategy of mass roaches. Early game, TLO was the aggressor. He got 22 lings out very early on and went for a big push. But HyuN defended it like a boss because HyuN is a boss. And yeah, then he got some nice double upgrades going, which allowed him to defend TLO's follow-up roach push with +1 using 1/1 roaches. But then the critical part of the game was that HyuN continued to upgrade double upgrades. 2-2 was on its way out, and once it finished, he had 2-2 up against 1-0, and then it was pretty much the story told. This game, TLO is also going to be being very aggressive. He's got a spawning pool coming down on 10. That means a lot of fun aggressive times. It's also safe times too, because there's the possibility on HyuN ZvZ that HyuN could be being aggressive, and I've cast many ZvZs from HyuN, and one thing I know is that he is a man who is not afraid to go for early pulls and try and end out a series quickly. Specifically if he's a game up. If he's a game up, he's just like, lol lol lol, let's go win. And he does a lot of the time with that. So this is a smart play by TLO, not necessarily going to be aggressive, it could be defensively getting it down, but either way, playing it safe. HyuN though, he's going for pretty much his standard build at the moment, which is a hatch first. He'll probably follow this up with a spawning pool, maybe a gas before the pool, but that is ridiculously risky. I wouldn't advise it. So yeah, spawning pool coming down here. It's all looking good. TLO not going to get an early scout down, just because the Overlord takes so long to get over there. So he's already committed to the 8 nowlings running across the map, and this is going to be pretty interesting. May very well force a cancel on this hatchery, if not, well, assuming that it doesn't actually finish beforehand, which I don't think it will. But yeah, there's no way Lynx can get out here for HyuN. He's not going to have the spawning pool done before these Zerglings get over there. So this is a little bit problematic for HyuN. He will have to cancel this, and all in all that means a good opening for TLO, who did do another extractor trick to go up to 19 of 80 to get a few more Zerglings out. He's actually gone up to 10 Zerglings, which is going to be very effective at stopping this hatchery from being completed. Meanwhile though, HyuN is up by 4 workers, so he's got an economic lead just with the build he's gone for currently. The cost of that though will be this hatchery, and I don't think that actually HyuN should let this finish. He's going to, and again, the reason he most likely did this is just because he wanted to buy himself some more time. He's getting out 10 lings of his own, but I don't think this hatchery is going to get saved. So he's actually allowed this to finish to buy himself some more time to get these Zerglings out defensively. He still will go down, so he spent 300 minerals there, but losing those 300 minerals very well could have saved him the game. And the reason I'm saying that is because if TLO had saw that cancel, he would have just come running straight up into the main base, and 10 lings could have done a lot of damage to the drone line. So that was actually quite smart play there by HyuN. And he's also able to lose that without being too behind on the base timing, since TLO's was so delayed due to getting those early Zerglings out on that early pull. So they're both pretty much leveled out now. The Zergling count sitting at 6 to 14 in HyuN's favour. But TLO, having done a good little bit of damage, takes the lead early on, I'd say. So, HyuN now looking to go for some aggression of his own. He does have more lings, but there's 2 queens there, and he's got to be very cautious. He doesn't want to lose these Zerglings because a counterattack could be devastating. HyuN, remember, just busy droning. So is TLO though. TLO trying not to have to produce any more Zerglings, but he is under half the ling count of his opponent. These 2 queens will help, but this is a decent number of Zerglings for HyuN for the time being. And of course, if he were to come in and pick up these 2 queens, it would be a bit of a devastating loss. So TLO just opting to get down a spine crawler currently, just aiding his defense a bit more. He's also just confirmed that, yep, the hatchery is about to finish back up. Now, interestingly, the first gas is going to be on HyuN's side. That means that he's going to get speed first, got the option to tech up first. But TLO is taking a drone lead due to having this hatchery up a tad sooner and due to delaying his gases for a little bit. Now, what this means is that TLO will get a small little economic boost. He's going to start falling behind again though to TLO, to HyuN, just because HyuN is busy obviously droning up behind all of this, since he's keeping the map pressure on with those lings. But TLO still droning, both of them going to stay relatively similar from this point forward. It's going to be just small gains on each side. So this is where we need to start looking for the mid-game tech. What is their plan going forward. Nice little bit of control there by TLO actually, and I know I got a bit too excited about that, but these Lings blocking off the wall to make sure that there was no way for HyuN's Lings to run by. That was just a nice little touch which prevented a potentially devastating surround on those small group of Zerglings with the superior number of Zerglings that HyuN has. So good control overall there. Evolution Chamber coming down, that's going to help narrow up that ramp. Meanwhile, we see the Roach-Ron and Evolution Chamber on its way out for HyuN, who's getting his lair just a tad sooner than we saw TLO get his. Roach-Ron coming down for TLO as well though, both players getting just that one Evo. +1 missile attack coming down from TLO instantly, and there's +1 missile attack from HyuN as well. So, with everything going to plan for both sides really, it's all about getting a little bit of tech down. Second Evolution Chamber was trying to get started there, but instantly gets cancelled as those Zerglings wrap around it, will get remade, and the reason these Evo Chambers are important is because it allows Queens to wall off from the Lings. But this could be the big thing. HyuN taking his third base. TLO knows about it, he's scouted it nicely, but if HyuN is able to deny TLO a third for just a little while, and he did a good job there picking off a drone, it's going to give him a small advantage in terms of just production and income for a tiny little bit of time. And it's not actually getting that tiny now, it's already 40 seconds, it's going to be about 45 seconds by the time that starts. So 45 seconds of additional production, additional income is good. That's a whole lava inject, remember, if he gets it off straight away. Forces a cancel as well, just with these initial Zerglings that he got in order to defend the temple that TLO threw at him. So HyuN being very effective with his units, causing decent losses for TLO. Is losing slightly more himself, but he's able to afford to do that just because he's getting down this third. But one thing that is worth noting is that TLO does have a superior drone count at the moment. 61 to 44, that is a big lead. He will be oversaturated though due to that, so it's not as an efficient mining as we see. So actually in terms of income, it's identical for the moment, but once this third's finished, it's going to make big differences. The roach count is actually very much in HyuN's favor, 15 to 0. The first Roach is only now getting produced for TLO since he got that additional drone wave, and with Roach speed and the +1 about to be kicking in for HyuN, this is going to be some very interesting timings. Of course, +1 missile attack also on its way for TLO, who as well is getting down the +1 carapace this game. And really this is the roles reversed. The double upgrades coming for TLO rather than HyuN this game, but HyuN with Roaches a tad sooner. That Roach speed really helping him, but it's now kicked in for TLO as well. The upgrades equal, it's all down to Roach numbers, and 24 to 15 is a big lead for HyuN at the moment. He's able to start picking away at some of these drones, doing a nice bit of damage, but I'm not sure he's got enough to end the game right now, because there's more reinforcements coming through for TLO at the moment. His third hatch is looking rather vulnerable, but he's obviously getting the much quicker reinforcements. Behind this, HyuN is pumping out more Roaches, the +2 missile attack, but his Roaches in this push are starting to get very low on health and get very low on number. So I think the next wave of Roaches will force this back for HyuN, but HyuN managed to pick off 17 workers with that push, giving himself the drone lead and effectively shutting down a lot of what TLO was trying to do. But 1-1 upgrades are now done for TLO, compared to just 1-0 of HyuN. That upgrade lead in the first game was critical for HyuN, and maybe this game as well, TLO is going to make that work for him. But the Queen is doing a good job of trying to take out this scouting overlord, and this is just TLO trying to say, can I go in? Can I actually go for an aggressive play at the moment? Sees quite a few Roaches there, and I think it'd be a very risky move to try and do anything now, but actually HyuN moving too far forward. A group of Roaches going to go on a little bit of a drone killing spree. Going to try and back out there as well. Two Roaches got taken out for 2 drones. Probably not the best trade in the world, but just showing that actually TLO isn't afraid to go and get on the aggressive side. TLO getting down the 2-2 upgrades. Meanwhile, only +2 missile attack on its way out at the moment for HyuN. But HyuN's +2 missile attack is a good way ahead. About 50 seconds-ish ahead of that of TLO's. It's moving in to come and get a little bit more poking done. This is actually looking to be a very scary push. We see 35 Roaches to just 21. And while it's 1-1 upgrades compared to 1-0, +2 is about to be finished for HyuN. So HyuN with a much better attack arc here is able to pick off a couple of drones that have been pulled there, keeping TLO's worker count very low. So even if these Roaches are now shut down, it's going to be great times for HyuN. Quick little burrow to heal up a bit of health on those Roaches, and the +2 still not even in effect. It's 10 seconds away from completion, but sheer numbers seem to be doing magic for the Quantic player at the moment. TLO does have a surround, getting made. He's got the defender's advantage, remember, but now that +2 kicks in for TLO. Sorry, for HyuN. So HyuN still keeping on the pressure. 2-2 upgrades on their way for TLO. Defender's advantage, still trying to make stuff work here for TLO. TLO with the overseer just trying to negate the effectiveness of that burrow play. But still, it's the workers' kill count that really says it all. 31 killed for HyuN, whereas only 2 killed by TLO. That puts the current worker count 60 to 41 in HyuN's favour, and that is a massive income difference. That's allowing HyuN to get just so much production. He's even got Tunneling Claws, which helps the regeneration. Yes, there's the Overseer there, but this hatchery now going to take a good beating. It's going to get taken down, definitely, and that's so frustrating now for TLO. Not only is there a potential income source, but it's the production. And losing that, being down by 19 workers, is looking a tad devastating for the time being. HyuN able to produce 20 roaches at a time compared to just 8, and TLO knows with that push in that it's all over. GG is called, and Quantix HyuN takes the series 2-0. So, if you enjoyed the cast, make sure you like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. I get new games up every single day of the week, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. So, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye for now.